with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Hello and welcome back to Tara Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. I'm your host, Ray Schwetz, along with Denisha Boston Hill, and our guest today is Michael Haltman, president of Hallmark Abstract. Michael, that story that you just told was very incredible, and I know during the break you and I were talking a little bit, and I think that might be something that we should share with the listeners as well if you're up to it.
Sure, absolutely. The story is, again, a story of faith and healing. There was another veteran who really, again, wasn't totally into the journey to Israel, and they were at the Wailing Wall, and he went up to the Wailing Wall, and then he turned to walk away from the Wailing Wall, and a religious Jewish man was there, and he said, "You're not done." And he said, "Go back to the wall." And this soldier went back to the wall, put his hand on the wall, and his story is that he felt an energy go through his hand into his arm, and the pain he had been in, the physical pain, he says it went away.
Wow. And
emotionally, that experience set him on a path to healing. So, it's just such a powerful, powerful thing.
Now, I know we're veering off the topic of necessarily, business
insurance.
talk and title insurance. But what I think, to me, it's very interesting because all of us, in whatever jobs we do, obviously there's a passion and it's related to your job. But, you're able... You as the owner of the company, you're obviously able to also kind of branch off and to do the things that are passionate to you. And to me, that helps me understand what kind of person you are. So kudos to you.
Thank you
for doing that. And I would assume also that to me, I always feel like when I'm out networking, I'm looking to connect on two levels. One is trust and one is personality. And we were talking a little bit about that before the show. To me, it's because sometimes well, this is the right person to help you, but maybe they're not going to listen to you because of the personality match. So you want to find that, and so again, to me, when you're doing things like this, and I share this with listeners in the audience, I try to involve myself in things that I'm passionate about because it lets people know what kind of person I am.
Right,
and maybe they like that, maybe they don't, and that's cool either way. You know?
It's interesting. I've taken a course on social capital, managing social capital, not social media, but social capital. And the woman who ran the course, and I don't think she invented this, but there's something called the sales funnel. Okay. And the basic process is a funnel starts with a big mouth,
right,
and then closes to a small escape thing. And basically it's know, like, trust. So a lot of people.
Right.
You like a fewer amount, and then you trust even less.
Right.
And it's once you establish the trust relationship, that's where people can engage in business. Because you don't want to do business with somebody you don't like, and if you don't like them, you're never going to get to the trust part of the process. So you're 100% right.
Yeah, and then I think that funnel, and again, this is something also we were talking about, that funnel, you find those people like, and trust, the few, and then that leads to an inverse. You get then a wider bottom of all the people that are referred to you through that person you trust.
Correct. It's networking, as you know, building business development. It's certainly a process, and it takes hard work. But if you put the time, the effort, and you are a certain kind of person, that's what it takes.
Now, I'd like you to talk about some of the things you do to keep yourself motivated because, you and I bump into each other at a lot of events all over the place. The work that you do with your charity, the work that you do with your family, with your marriage, and with owning your own business. That's a lot of stuff you're doing, my friend. How do you keep motivated?
That is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go home and take a nap. you know what? Motivation comes from it comes from within. Motivation comes from necessity, for one. My wife and I are partners in the company, which is motivational in its own right, because our vested interest is the company,
right?
Because we're not a two-company family; we're a one-company family. So, motivation comes from the fact that this company is our livelihood,
right?
But motivation is something I think it's just a natural emotion. You wake up in the morning, we both work out in the morning, we get ready for the day. Hopefully our endorphins get kicked up.
Right.
And then we just go about what we need to do to succeed. And
also, I know also bumping into some of the people that you work with, the team that you have a good team.
We are blessed. When we opened up this company, and one of the reasons we were able to open up the company is our chief title officer at the time was not happy with where she was. She wasn't happy with the way that the company she was with did business, and she was available for us to hire. And my wife and I count our blessings every day that we have her.
And for people who are looking for work in your industry, with your company or just looking to get into that industry, what could you tell them about, what kind of advice could you share with them about doing that?
About getting into the title insurance industry.
Correct. Or even in real estate in general, because I don't know, that might be too small a niche.
It is a small niche, but any aspect of real estate that you're looking to get into, I think you have to be ready. Unless you're lucky enough to have a relative in the industry, you have to be willing to really sweat equity, I guess would be the term. You have to be willing to get out there, work hard, bust your butt, expect that in the beginning you may not have a lot of success, and whatever company that you go with. And my youngest child just started. This is his first week on a new job after graduating from college, and the key, what I told my kids during college, school, and at work is you show the people who you're either learning from or working for that you're willing to go the extra yard, that you are willing to do whatever it takes, and not back off and not ask, listen, I'm done with what I've done. Do you need help with something else?
You are listening to Tower Talk Business Radio on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Ray Schwetz, along with Denisha Boston Hill, and our guest today is Michael Haltman, president of Hallmark Abstract. All right, let's get to know you a little bit more personally, or at least the listeners to get to know you a little bit more personally. If your position or if your life was a movie, what would that movie be?
Well, I would say Rocky, but that would only be because I did the Long Island Fight for Charity. So I'll say that. I might say Spider-Man, but for anyone who's familiar with the EAC Network event here last year, Over the Edge, I might say it for that, going over the edge of the 17-story tower on the Nassau Community College campus. But you know what? I think if I really was going to say what movie it was, maybe I'd say Dodgeball.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
Well, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Am I right?
Ben Stiller's best movie.
Yes.
Yes, by far.
No question.
And do you like to read?
You know what? I read more industry journals.
Okay.
Right now, I'm actually reading a book. You familiar with Sandler Training?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The exact name escapes me, but it's if a child can't buy a bike or ride a bike at a trade show or something like it's on the Sandler method of sales.
Okay.
Which is very eye-opening and instructive. And if anyone is interested in a sales course, look up Sandler Training, something about a bicycle at a networking event or a trade show.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah, because I'm always up for those.
Yeah, great book. Great
All
book.
Right. So we'll have to look for that. What are the accomplishments? And we've talked about a few already, but if you were to say one thing, like what's the one accomplishment that just sticks in your head is like, wow, I can't believe I did that?
It's going to sound a little bit cliche.
Okay.
But based on my childhood, I would say raising 3 phenomenal kids, because my childhood wasn't great. And I always ask my kids, you know what, when I'm gone, what are you going to remember about your childhood? And
that's a great question.
They don't seem to like it.
No?
Well, they don't really want to think about me being gone.
No, of course not.
But you know what? I can't be prouder of the 3 kids that my wife and I raised.
That's excellent. And I'm right there with you. Myself, I'm in your world. I got 3 kids, and I totally agree. That your goal is in life that you want to live in the moment, do the things that you're afraid to do. You want to succeed, and you want to leave the world a better place for them.
Yes.
So
there's only one difference between me and you.
What's that?
Is that my 3 kids are out of college.
Yes. I'm looking up the mountain, you're looking down.
Sorry, Ray.
Yeah, no, I understand. And what do you do for downtime?
Believe it or not, and this might be aging me a little bit, my wife and I play bridge together.
Oh, okay.
Which, for anyone who's into card games, is a phenomenal game.
Okay.
We both play tennis, and we both work out every day.
Now, if you wanted to leave our listeners with one thing, it could be about what you do, could be about your life motto, it could be, whatever you choose. But if you wanted to leave our listeners with one thing, what would it be?
You know what? Again, it's going to sound a little bit cliche, but try and enjoy what you do, and then you'll never work a day in your life.
I love that quote. Yeah, I totally agree. And it's not a cliche, because it's the reality of things. Now, Michael, how can people find you, both for your business and for the charity, please?
Either way, for business or for charity, you can reach me at 516-741-4723 or at my email address, mhaltman, that's MHALTMAN, at hallmarkabstractllc.com.
We'd like to thank you, Michael, for being with us today. I want to leave our listeners with a quote from Winston Churchill about success. Because to me, when I think of you, I think of success in life and work and in giving back. And thank you for that. Winston Churchill says, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So thank you for being with us today, Michael.
Ray, I can't thank you enough for having me.
We want to thank you for being with us. My name is Ray Schwetz, along with Denisha Boston-Hill, your co-host and producers. The creative director of Tower Talk Business Radio is Rudy Breedy. This is an NCC Foundation Business Leaders Council production. Visit ncc.edu/WHPC for more information. Available on iHeartRadio as a podcast on iTunes, Android Podcasts, and Spreaker. This has been Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation. On the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We'll talk with you next week.